And we're live in the SMB Love Lair here in Lake Worth, Florida.
I was unaware. This looks like the same place as normal.
I know, man. I got some hard candies.
If there's no chicks, it's more like a dungeon.
I know. It was, well, I mean.
Is that what the guitar's about over there? You're gonna,
I was going to try and play some shitty guitar in the intro. Just to give us something boring, because I hate sounding like a terrible fucking TV host.
To give us something boring?
Yeah, well, you suck. I mean, I'm dealing with limited skills here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my fingers look like fucking wiener schnitzels. I don't
Live from the comedy podcast dungeon.
Yeah.
You have.
I'm Scott.
And.
I'm Jesse, everybody. How's it going?
I'm Greg. That's me.
Gregory.
Yes. Only very few select people call me that.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you can now call him Gregory.
People who are unaware that he's black.
Oh, right.
That was a racist statement. There's many black Gregories.
Yeah.
Gregory who?
Gregory Hines.
That's the only one you know. I was waiting for that. It's the only one you know.
It's like certain friend, and it's never said in a way. I was thinking about that the other day. It's never said in a way where
Dick
it's
Gregory.
Yeah, it's always like
Doesn't
said.
count.
It has like a derisive tone to it, where someone's like, "Hey," it's like Gregory. It's never like Gregory. I was wondering. No, it's like, "Hey, Gregory."
One of my good friends is named Greg, but his mom calls him Gregory. And she's got like a New York accent, like almost like a New York, like kind of Jewish, older Jew, but I don't think she's Jewish. And she's always like, when we were a kid, probably like not kids, but probably like 16, 17, she'd be like, "Dear sweet Gregory, you are the apple of my eye." And I would just say shit like that. "The day you were born, I was blessed. Dear sweet Gregory, sweet baby Jesus put you in his arms myself." And and then I had to do it in front of his parents, and it was kind of embarrassing. They
like,
loved
do
it.
that thing for
But I'll still to this day call him up and be like, "Dear sweet Gregory." So yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Yeah, even my parents, they never called me Gregory. I can't think of one time. Yeah, not even when I was in trouble or
So
something
is your
like
name is that actually your full name's Gregory?
Yeah,
or
it's
is
not
it
some fucking bodega ass Craig or Greg with 2 G's. That's bullshit. That's
I
not
didn't
a
say
real
it was 2
fucking
Gs.
name.
Yeah, calm down, bro.
Why couldn't it just be
He-
Greg
look,
with 1 G?
This guy's
That's
a
it.
fucking elitist. No, I
He
have
is.
the real
No,
fucking
it is,
thing.
It is the legit Gregory. There's some fucking.
Gregory is
What name?
Hebrew.
Well, Craig is like
Yes.
the crystal of
Is
Christina's.
Hebrew for walks with dragons.
Actually, it means Swift.
Does it?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
There
Fuck
you go.
her.
I would.
I would not.
I mean,
You're
come on.
so full of shit, bro.
I know, right?
She's a redneck.
wouldn't fuck
she's
Taylor
a fucking, No,
Swift.
she's a redneck.
Wait a second. So you would fuck some raggedy skunt, some skank,
I'd-
but you wouldn't fuck.
Like
No.
just even based on the.
I am totally disgusted by her, to be
on
honest
the
with you.
bona fides, just being like, okay, this is like
You have-
reasonably
I'm
attractive.
disgusted by her.
No, I'll say this. I'm impressed because nothing can get to you.
That's right.
You're like, I can't be motivated by money. And then you're like, I will not fuck Taylor Swift based on the fact that I will not fuck Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's
Like, you're just like-
repulsive. no.
So who-
I find her repulsive and the music repetitive.
So who
Very repetitive. What happened? You got caught singing fucking, what's that one song?
I don't
Shake
know.
it up.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't
You
even
got
know any
caught
of her
dancing
songs.
around
No,
singing
not
that
at all.
shit.
Not at
You're
all.
like, fuck Taylor Swift. It's all her fucking fault. That song is too fucking catchy, man.
I disagree, sir.
All right, my bad.
Fuck you guys
She has
too.
a song about you.
That's how I feel about Taylor Swift songs.
What's that?
Because I always end up singing them.
Oh, I know. I think it's
Driving around, shake it up, shake it up.
There comes a
I'm
certain.
like, I don't even listen to that kind of fucking music, bro.
Damn it.
She turned me into a 16-year-old kid.
Oh,
And a
well,
girl at that.
Yeah.
That's what it happens with like certain pop music songs where you're just like, I fucking hate this song, and yet I'm singing in
Fucking
my head.
Hanson.
Yeah. You're like,
At least Hanson was hot though.
Yeah, right?
that girl drummer.
Oh my god! I remember the first time I saw the Hanson video. I was
Oh,
like,
no, no.
man, who is this chick?
I thought it was the Olsen twins.
It wasn't the drummer. It was the singer.
The
yeah,
singer,
it's-
yeah.
I
was like,
remember
man,
that.
who
when-
is this?
Yeah,
Dude, those guys are like in their 30s now. We still think of them as like little
Oh
kids.
no, I was.
You're
I
one
was
of them little handsome motherfuckers. Like,
was
dude,
like,
I'm 37.
if that lead singer's a chick, I'm down.
Oh yeah. If not, I'm
Like,
down.
oh, it's
you
not
guys are total pervs, man. They were like 12 and 13
so
years
were
old.
we at the time?
yeah, I was.
You were.
I think
I
I was
was
like
older.
15.
I
You
was
just
like-
said they're 37. You're about that age.
No, I
right?
don't know if they're that old. I was just throwing a name out. They're in their 30s, but
So they're they're all our age.
That
Yeah.
singer looked.
It's totally appropriate to want to fuck a similar aged boy
Greg
that
wants
looks like
to
a girl.
fuck the members of Menudo.
No, those guys are old. Yeah.
Ricky Martin.
I never used to watch that. It was Kids Incorporated.
That shit was on Nickelodeon, man.
I kept it white.
Here's a new song by Menudo. You're like, what the fuck is going on, dude? They're saying, it's like it was like New Edition, but they were Spanish kids and they were singing in Spanish. It's like, I don't like this song, Joe from Chicago. That was the host name. I'm Joe from Chicago. That's the whole fucking story about Nick Rocks.
Wow. Oh, and that's what it was on Nick Rocks?
Nick Rocks. Nick Rocks.
Nick Rocks. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
I just figured out
TV show.
Nickelodeon. I got you.
Well, that's crazy if you think about
They
it.
showed like the lighter video. Like obviously you weren't going to see a Wasp video on fucking, you know what I mean? You'd have to watch it on MTV, which sometimes I wasn't allowed to.
What's Wasp?
Wasp was fucking a shitty metal band or pop metal band. They tried to be scary.
So
thought you were
emphasize the shitty.
Yeah, they were like if you dress like Slayer, but you sound like Winger. I mean, maybe they were like...
No, that's fair. That's fair.
They were a little bit heavier than that. But they were like a grade B Motley Crue.
Oh, okay.
Like they were like Motley Crue without the songs, in my opinion.
So they were trying to be edgy, but really they sounded like...
Yeah, it was fucking lame.
Yeah, makes sense.
You were going to say something, Motley Crue sucks. I know.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
When
I was a kid, I loved Motley Crue.
Dude, Motley Crue was like the only band of that era. Like, look, their later albums were fucking... I'm
Trash,
talking like
of course.
late 80s, but...
Yeah.
Dude, Shout at the Devil is a fucking amazing.
No, I
album,
loved
dude.
I
That's
loved
one of my
Motley Crue
favorite albums of all
when
time.
I was young.
Between them and Metallica, I can
totally different
I
bands,
can
dude.
still see
Totally different bands,
The guy
dude.
walking down the hallway in school with like the beat up ass like Metallica shirt. Or
He
something
stunk
like that.
and he had that little stoner mustache.
Slayer, you're like, don't go near that guy. He might kill you.
To be honest, I don't really listen to either with any kind of regularity, but I'd actually probably still prefer Motley Crue to Metallica.
Dude, no. Anything by Metallica up until the Black Album is fucking awesome.
Why it's gotta be black?
That's the name of the album, bro.
Because that's when they sold out.
My bad.
It's the.
I thought you were saying. I didn't know if that was
Yeah.
they added some like.
They added this
Afro
black
pop or
guy.
something.
You see, it's
They
kind
added
of
this
like
black guy to the group, and
It's kind of like
very divisive.
It's kind of like
Is
the
that
Beatles
their?
thing.
It was like a rap at.
That's why it's called the Black Album.
It's kind of like the Beatles thing. They had the White Album. It wasn't called the White Album. It was called the Beatles, but it's all white. And then this album was all black and had that little whatever snake or dragon, whatever it is, in the corner.
With the black face.
And that, I think it
was
actually
their new bassist.
It was African American, and that was called the Black Album. Just like that Weezer album was called the Blue Album because
it technically wasn't called the Blue
Yeah,
Album.
it was just called.
It's just called Weezer,
which is really Greek for lame.
Is it?
Fuck yeah, they suck, man.
I love.
I
Weezer.
fucking hate Weezer, man.
Their first two CDs were great.
Their
first two CDs were great.
Fair.
Pinkerton
was excellent.
Might have been the best.
It was their best album.
You know what?
The best.
I was gonna say El Scorcho is a really cool song.
Pinkerton is their best album. It was like their least commercially successful album, but it's by far their best.
It gave them a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, because it was like this. That was a sophomore slump of fucking.
But I thought it was better than anything.
I used to listen to it like on like in my car in high school. Like that was one of those things where
You probably listened to that and a lot of Weird Al, I'm sure.
No, I wasn't really into like joke music. I was
I've never been too much into joke music.
I think.
I mean, you
he's
can
good
hear
at
it
what he
once,
does.
you can be like, "Ah, it's good." But I was into
Yeah.
things like you could play over and over again, and then it wouldn't wear out too long because that was back when they had CDs.
Remember when you had CDs? How big of
my-
a bitch it
oh
was
my
when you were
God.
driving to find the fucking thing.
Oh, see, I never thought the
man.
CDs were too much. The cassettes were the problem.
Oh man, I never
cassettes.
drove. I had
Yeah.
drove a car with cassettes. I did.
I wasn't
and it
that
sucked.
poor. No, geez,
Well,
no.
fuck you guys.
No, I mean, shit, it was true.
No, I had a friend who was poor. He had cassettes.
I always
know
had
how it is.
shitty cars, dude.
No, I think my first car had a CD player. It was only because my dad.
Fuck you,
he-
Greg.
He was
Fuck you.
He was into the
Yeah,
whole,
having a dad and shit.
White privilege my ass.
yeah.
I didn't have a dad.
Well, he was into the whole he had like a system in his car back when like the stock systems weren't great like they are
Wait
now.
a second, your dad is who?
He had like a system in his car.
Yeah, but who is your dad?
My dad is the guy that.
Boned his mom.
No. Who is he? Like, describe your dad.
He's a black guy.
Everyone knew he had a
Surprise.
fucking system in his car.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'd be just like, yeah, I was driving my dad's car. Like,
I
oh
see-
shit, it was on
I
20s.
see where you're going with this now. I
Yeah.
was like, what? Okay. So yeah, he was a black guy with a system in his car, and he used to listen to like all different
Or
types
like
of
Barry
shit.
White and shit like that.
No, he was really into because
on, get it.
this was like late '80s, early '90s. So around that time, you had like.
Did he listen to Steppenwolf?
No. Oh, well, actually, he did listen to like a lot of old rock and shit like that. He was into like Queen and fucking.
Queen
and
is awesome.
Jimmy, yeah, exactly. It's
Dude,
one
you
of
know
the-
what's random today? I walked into the store, gas station, and in the background, fucking Under Pressure was on.
Oh yeah.
It
Every
was
time I
actually
hear that
Ice Ice
song-
Baby.
No.
Isn't that a
It
David,
goes
David
doom,
Bowie
doom,
song,
doom,
though?
doom, doom, doom. If you got that reference, you're my friend.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But
it's
yes,
not-
David
it's not-
Bowie was in that song.
Yeah.
And I interrupted
He
Scott's
was
story.
in the song, but it's a Queen song.
Well, he's just with
He was
the band
in the
on that
song. It's a Queen song.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure. I didn't know
I mean, I guess you could argue it's either of their song, but I mean,
Yeah, no. I just didn't know Queen was with them.
It was on Queen's album.
I knew
it was
David
on their
Bowie.
album.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
and it's way better than Dancing in the Streets.
Oh my
which
God!
was the song.
Is that
that is the
Mick
gayest
Jagger, right?
video I've ever seen.
Most homoerotic
I was
video of all
watching a
time.
video going
and you
like,
know what that is? That's 80s gay. Where it's like, you can totally get away. It's like George Michael.
Yeah.
Well, George Michael is gay, but if you play that video today,
so was Mick Jagger.
There would be zero question that those two guys were gay. But back then it was like, oh yeah, there's just two regular guys. Yeah, they like singing to each other.
I think everyone knew because they heard that song Angie. That's what that song is about. David Bowie and fucking Mick Jagger getting it on, and David Bowie's wife walks in and catches him sleeping in bed.
I bet you that's
so. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? He's like, Angie, ain't it time? I told you I like guys.
I must have missed that lyric.
Yeah,
I don't think he does this song.
I normally turn that song off way before it gets to that point.
It's actually, listen, the Rolling Stones have been together 50 years. 50
Oh,
some
here
odd
he
years.
goes.
They had about 6 years that they were actually any good.
Yeah, you want to give your
In my
buddy an
opinion.
HJ? I mean, come on, give him the benefit of the doubt.
I don't get it.
Oh, sorry.
I was just talking about the Rolling Stones music.
Oh, you were talking about. I was talking about.
Anyway,
giving
all right,
friends
my
hand
bad.
jobs. Sorry.
You guys are giving me dirty looks. Fuck you
Dancing
guys.
in the street. No. But what I meant by George Michael gay is the type of gay in the '80s that was like when you look at it now, you're like that guy is gay. Like how does
but the standard was Boy George.
Yeah, well, nobody knew. Like,
Right, right.
Everyone was acting like they didn't know. At least,
Yeah,
you know, like,
right.
and it's so weird because it's one of those things where like that dancing in the street, like straddle that line of just like these guys are singing
No
into
line,
each
no
other.
line, no line. There's no line. There's no line there.
It didn't straddle.
No,
any
that is
line.
gay. That is gay.
Yeah. And it is such a.
I remember seeing that shit as a kid, going, "What the fuck, dude? Is he gonna like kiss him?"
I remember people being surprised when Elton John came out. It's like, really?
Yeah,
It's like,
I always
really?
thought he was gay.
I was like 6 years old, and it's like that guy's gay as hell.
Yeah. So it's weird though too because that song was it was fantastically terrible. Like
you know what?
If you listen to the song and you're like, this is a fucking terrible song. Like the only reason you even listen through it.
What song is it?
Dancing in the Streets.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's stupid.
It's just horrible.
Dun, 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 dun.
And the weird part is about if you just hear it like regularly, like you're like, oh, like on the radio or something, like, oh, okay, I get this kind of nostalgia effect, like old '80s song, whatever. But if you see the video for it, you're just like, wow, it makes it worse. It's like
because he's doing the dance. It doesn't matter, and like all the stupid Mick Jagger dances.
Yeah.
He has, you know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
He's got moves like Jagger before it was cool. We used to beat people up for dancing like that.
I was gonna say you used to get
Fucking
mocked
wrote a
for
song
that.
about,
Yeah.
You got moves like Jagger, bitch.
What's
Now-
that?
Queer?
Yeah. Now you're fucking some kind of dancing machine,
Yeah.
walking around looking like a spaz.
What's that move where he's getting on with David Bowie and his wife walks in? It's
They call that the cornhole.
Oh, I thought that they called it Angie.
No.
So, what is this? That dude,
it fake?
I cannot believe you're showing me this. Philip Morris. Okay, so Scott just showed me an article. It's Philip Morris is going to start selling their own brand of cigarettes. I saw
It's called Marlboro.
Pretty much that same picture, like probably like 15 years ago, like when I was in college. Like
all
that.
right.
Yeah,
my bad.
that's how
Sorry,
far.
man.
Not a
far
recent
back.
article,
not
Scott.
fucking-
Not a-
It wouldn't surprise me if they.
I was gonna say I didn't think it was real,
no, right.
but fuck you, man.
Have you noticed that like the prevalence of fake news now? Like how much people?
Yeah, because people are fucking dum dums on Facebook.
well,
All you gotta do is be written, and they're like, "Well,
well, it's on a website.
Maybe Obama really is an alien, and not an illegal one. He's
part of
from
it is that
Mars.
even big news networks fuck up and give false stories now.
They
No one
just-
waits for the time to get this facts right. They just want to
Yeah.
get the story out
never
there.
let the truth get in the
and
way
then
of a good story."
don't put like corrections or anything out.
Oh
to
no!
fix it.
Well, I think that's if you really want a successful news organization nowadays, you have to do that.
just get eyes. Don't worry about if it's factual.
It's what they call clickbait.
Right.
You know, where you read
Yeah.
something and you're just like the Upworthy or the BuzzFeeds are the worst
Sure,
about it. Like
sure.
click to find out more.
Right,
Like you know,
right.
like
if you want to know what the fuck happened,
yeah. This
12
dude,
people raped in
yeah,
a church.
you have to go through 16 fucking.
I actually actively do not click on those things just
I
because
try not
if
to.
anyone's like, oh well, click here to find out. I'm like, no, motherfucker, tell me in the headline,
right.
and then if I'll decide whether or not I want to go to like, I'm not gonna, obviously.
Why
but-
don't you write a good article? Let me read it and be like, hey,
Dude,
this was good. Let me go check this out.
Can I say something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about?
No.
Well,
So,
I was gonna say.
well, if you read a good article, then no.
It was speaking of Facebook.
Go ahead.
There's this picture of Amy Schumer.
Okay, let's. All right.
And people always hate on Amy Schumer. I see it on Facebook. I don't get it. I think she's really funny, and I think she's super fucking hot.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to say. Amy, I appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying before.
You're gonna go see her show when she plays down here and try and bone her?
No, I would never. No, I mean I appreciate her as whatever she is.
Well, she's kind of like she's got the whole tomboy vibe because she's not that.
I don't get a tomboy vibe by saying that. What you're doing is you're body shaming her.
No, I'm doing.
You're body shaming her, Greg.
I'm saying she's like one of the guys. Like as far
she's
as
one of the guys because she's big, huh?
No, because she's got a dick.
You think?
No, I don't really care.
I'm just joking.
That's why Greg.
You don't
likes
care
her.
if she does. Yeah.
I think she's amazing.
It doesn't really matter to me. Like,
Inconceivable.
What size you are? Is there a vagina there? Like, and I'm.
Inconceivable.
We've discussed this in the past.
Cool.
We don't have options enough to be choosy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no. There's no kind of choosing. I make a lot of like split decisions where I'm like, okay, like
Right.
I could do that.
Inconceivable.
There's very little things that are inconceivable. It's one of those things where you're just like kind of like you draw the
Not
line.
Taylor Swift. She's inconceivable.
See, that's
I
where I
wouldn't
don't
say
understand
I
that.
don't get him.
I'm repulsed
I
by
figured
her.
you'd be over this age, like you'd be over that age at that point. Because I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been a lot more appreciative of women. I used to have like a standard.
No,
and now I'm just
now
sorta
you're
like,
making it seem like I'm some chauvinist or something
well,
like
no,
that.
well,
I just don't like her.
No, I'm saying your personal vendetta against her.
It's not a vendetta.
It kinda is.
Why did everybody have to love this bitch? Whatever.
Well, that's another thing. You're really upset that nobody loves her, or that
No.
everyone loves her.
No, I just don't understand why.
I don't get it.
Me neither.
I mean, be honest.
She
dude.
does have a dick though.
Is that what's going on here?
Are you really upset at Taylor Swift because she has a penis?
I don't know.
No, I'm not upset with her. I'm just stating that she has one.
I mean, we have gone to the whole thing where we've been like, you can't be picky, and yet you're being like, but
I can be exclusive every once in a while. Every
Taylor
once in a
Swift.
while. Well,
I'll be honest.
What about like a Katy Perry? Is that?
I thought
no,
you were going to
yeah,
pull
yeah,
up.
that's
Sorry,
cool.
I'm trying to
I
figure
would
out.
cool.
fuck Taylor Swift with Drake's dick.
Oh, did you see the new Drake video?
I've seen the fucking.
I saw the memes making fun
It
of it.
makes me
They're
laugh
great.
because
They're
so
great.
funny.
It is funny. I don't even know what the fuck's going on,
Me
but
neither.
I'm laughing.
Oh my gosh, he's got that. What is it? The hotline video?
I don't
I don't know
what the
what's
fuck's
going
going
on,
on.
bro.
bro.
I just seen that he's like bowling and shit in it.
That would be like I could imagine in my rap career, like a good 5-10 years.
Your
in,
rap
like,
career?
Yeah, well, my like,
What are you working Christmases at
yeah,
fucking
well,
JCPenney's?
if I would do a rap career, I would eventually end up dancing like that. You just run out of moves, like. Because he's not like fully black or anything. He's not black at all.
You and him
I
are
was
about
gonna
the
say, is
same
he black
black
at all?
I have to say.
I think he.
What's he like, French or something?
Yeah, I think
he's not black.
He's from fucking Canada.
No, I think
There's
he's
no black
he's
people
half
in
Jewish
Canada.
and something.
Yeah,
see,
Jewish and French.
that's
they,
like
they
Lenny,
have
Lenny
probably
Kravitz.
still darker than
Yeah,
Greg.
that's true. That's the way. See, if you were half Jewish, you'd be fucking famous.
And not only that, yeah.
Here we go, right here. Speak of the devil.
Oh my god,
He's chopping up fruit and shit.
It's from Fruit Ninja. You ever see that?
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
just
what
don't
that is.
get the fucking dance. I mean,
Oh,
that's pretty cool though.
I'm saying.
Look at this. And then you got a picture of a kitten playing with some ducks.
We've gone through this. No one can see this.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. But
You're gonna have to get really good at describing this cute video of the kitten swatting at the ducks. A big pile of them.
I'm just looking for stuff to say. But you know what we haven't talked about? Football.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. And I'll tell you one thing. Fuck this guy, but Finns are back.
Back to mediocrity.
Finns are fucking back.
Back to what?
We're kicking ass and taking names.
Back up to 500
And it continues this week.
against the Patriots.
We fucking beat
I
the
already
Patriots.
told you my prediction.
Who the fuck asked you? In New England, we beat New England. In New England. In Foxborough. In that shithole filled with mass holes. The Dolphins win 31-23.
No.
Tom Brady gets fucking beat down. We take him down hard. That's an Al Davis reference. Look it up.
Everybody knows that.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Gronkowski's going to score 3 touchdowns this
He
week.
may.
And you guys are going to lose. What?
We're not gonna lose.
You're going to lose 34-20.
Dude, we're going to sack Brady 7 or 8 times.
No.
Dude, Cam Wake has been fucking killing it.
Against 2 really bad teams, yeah.
Dude, you play who's on the schedule.
No, I agree.
They're still NFL
Look, they
players.
were impressive the past few weeks. They were impressive.
They're still
But,
NFL players.
New England's going to kick your ass.
No, they're not.
Gronkowski, you have no answer for Gronkowski. Gronkowski's going to eat you guys up like he always does.
No one has an answer for Gronkowski. No one.
Fair enough.
The only thing that shuts him down is fucking chicks at a bar when he shows you them stupid meathead moves. You ever see him dancing? He's actually kind of funny. And injuries. That's the only thing stopping that fucking dude.
All right. Look at Greg.
Look at Greg's like the bartender.
Yeah, man.
He's like, you got to open it yourself, though, bitch.
I have the opener.
You have it?
Yeah.
Where's it?
In my pocket.
Oh, all right.
Pull it up. Open them up. Oh, so yeah, I watched the Dolphins game at my family's house this weekend, and in the middle of it, I was like, we need to pack up all of our shit and start, preparing for the apocalypse, because it's obvious that if the Dolphins win, then it's the end of the fucking earth, because that's about like the only chance.
Dude, you have you have nothing to base that on other than your ignorance and lack of faith.
Scott. I watched that game. I've watched the Dolphins that was a game. My brother, who's a huge Dolphins fan, was going crazy because they broke like 3 50-plus yards. They never do that. The Dolphins haven't done that.
It doesn't matter.
Hang on a second. He was screaming. His daughter was like, "Oh my God, Daddy, calm down." And I was like, "No, he's been waiting 15 years for this game, sweetie. Give him a chance to have some fun."
Give Daddy his moment.
Yeah, it's like he's losing his mind.
It was 2 games in a row, though.
It was 2 games, but even still, they didn't have the huge. I mean, it was terrible tackling by the Texans, but
dude. You're gonna keep giving me reasons why they.
No, I'm not. I'm saying how good they looked. If you would shut up for a second.
But even then, that was a weird run. Like that one.
No, they couldn't tackle anybody.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck is going on?
It was a nice block down the sideline. Let's keep it real.
Well, I'm saying everything was going right for the Dolphins, and that was so weird about it.
They looked great.
When it was like on that 4th touchdown, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like literally, my whole family was like, oh my God, like whoa, like what's happening here? Like why is
those motherfuckers were on Groupon looking for Dolphins jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh shit! The Johnsons are living in style, baby.
Next week we're all sitting on the couch with
Cancel the order on the Peyton Manning fucking grill cover.
That's funny. So I'm interested to see, but I feel like all the Dolphins hopes are just going to get crushed, and reality is going to set in.
Even if the New England does win this week, like I expect them to, they should still feel good. But Dolphins fans are really reactionary, and they're going to be back down in the dumps when New England beats them.
I just think that I'll be honest. I think the Dolphins have enough talent to beat them.
They have plenty of talent.
Are they going to go out there and execute? We'll see. I can't. It's really like you said. This is crazy. What the fuck's going on? I've never seen. I mean, the Dolphins' talent.
Never.
The Dolphins' talent erupted, dude.
They've always had so many great players, back to like Ricky Williams and stuff like that.
But to be fair, though, this team that they have now is super fucking
This is the best team they've had in a long time.
As far as
they just need to put it all together, man. Their receivers are fucking awesome. I don't give a fuck what this guy says.
No, they're good.
Oh no, that one guy, not Odell Beckham Jr.
Landry, he's very good. He's excellent.
That was his teammate
but
in college.
They said even with all those 50-plus yard plays, Tannehill's average pass for that game in the air, 2.5 yards.
It doesn't matter.
2.5 yards. It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Look, he played great, but it does.
All that matters is that fucking
on
result.
Landry's touchdown run alone, he broke like 6 tackles at least
that
on
guy's
that
a
one.
beast.
He's great, but it was bad. Watch the play. Tell me it's not bad tackling, man.
I never said that fucking it didn't look like they quit, but
quit. That was the first drive of the game. Like
second.
It was the second drive.
Yeah.
The Landry one.
Okay. I mean, plus Landry's a beast. He does that every week.
Very
though.
good.
Not
to that extent.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Me
being honest about the Dolphins, not totally praising them, turns him as you fucking hate them.
Do you see
how
shit talking? I was just gonna bring this up.
So irrational when it comes to the Dolphins.
Do you see how emotional he gets? Like, how sad were you when the Falcons lost 2 weeks ago?
I wasn't that upset because I was only a little upset because it was to the Saints.
You were already because you had,
but I knew that they were going to lose.
You had expectations. You know what I'm saying? You were like, but there's one of those things where you're like, I know that it's the Falcons, all right. But for some reason, Miami Dolphins fan have this thing in their head where it's like. It's going to be, which I don't understand at all.
They've been waiting for 1972 for one,
I was born in Miami, and
I never mentioned 1972.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I was born in Miami, and that's why I honestly I have no kind of emotional attachment to the Dolphins because of that fact. Because I grew up with it and the shittiness, and as far as going into the 90s and everything like that. I wasn't a Dolphins fan when I was in grade school or anything like that because you couldn't be at least later on.
I will defend the Dolphins fans for a second because that happens in a lot of fan base. The Cleveland Browns every fucking year think that they're every Cleveland team.
Right.
Cleveland
even less of a chance than the Dolphins.
The city of Cleveland hasn't won a championship.
Is a fucking shithole.
It is a shithole. They haven't won a championship in 50 years, and every year they think all of their teams are going to win the championship, and they fucking never do. So
dude, if you ask Siri where God's toilet is, he fucking says Columbus, Ohio. That's what it says. Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, really?
It's God's toilet.
I would have thought Cleveland.
That's where he poops and pees.
What happened to Manziel? He beat up his girlfriend.
I think he's getting fucked.
What happened with that?
I think
he got
you want to talk about white privilege?
Is he still playing?
He's the backup.
He's the backup.
He's the backup.
Right. What happened with that? He was doing good, and then
he wasn't really doing good. He played okay. But he was only starting a couple games because the other guy got hurt.
He's like a Tim Tebow.
He made a couple plays. Yeah,
No, he's better than Tim Tebow.
He is better than Tim Tebow.
He can play. He's just
better
young.
than Tim Tebow. But
I meant more.
He needs some maturing in the
well,
head.
and he's tiny, man. He's way too small.
So is Drew Brees.
He's way smaller than Drew Brees.
He's like an inch shorter than him.
That's what it says. But look, from a Drew Brees hater, Mancio's way smaller.
Why do you hate Drew Brees?
Because he plays for the Saints and he's a douchebag. One of the phoniest people in the
NFL.
NFL.
Falcons.
I got video of Drew Brees beating a dog.
Wow.
My bad. Sorry. That was
you. It was his mother.
You always lean in.
No, why do you hate him so much?
There's plenty of reasons.
I would just like one.
I just told you he plays for the Saints. He's a phony douchebag.
Were there a couple
what did he do that's phony? That's what I'm asking.
Bitter runs like during their like play when they were like.
Why do you hate Tom Brady, bro? Why do you hate the Patriots, bro?
I don't really hate the Jets. I don't really hate.
Why do you hate the Jets?
I respect Tom Brady.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
No,
yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
There's no self-respecting Dolphins fan.
He respects him and the Patriots with that post the other day that said, "Fuck all you fucking Patriots."
It doesn't mean I don't respect
you guys.
It doesn't mean I don't respect him.
That's what it means.
No, that's exactly what it means.
Exactly what it means.
Listen, I respect.
Because my people I respect all the time, like, hey, fuck you guys. With respect.
You can't hate on what you have to look and appreciate. You have to be like, God damn, that's impressive, man. You may never see that shit again. 6 Super Bowls in fucking, how long?
He's got 6 now?
No, they've been to 6 Super Bowls.
Oh, they've been to 6. Okay. And man,
that's fucking domination.
I was
man.
so upset when they did not win that.
I wasn't. I was happy.
I was not upset. Fuck the Patriots for the record.
You weren't upset when they lost to the Giants?
No, everybody was thrilled about
that.
Man,
I was like, fuck, man. I want
front runners.
It's proof that God doesn't like Randy Moss.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That team
it's not proof of anything.
That's fucking funny.
God was like...
The fact that New England's been to 6 Super Bowls proof that God doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. But if he does, he's pooping and peeing in Columbus, Ohio.
Cleveland.
Well, I know someone that's a huge... He's like...
Would that mean Cleveland is the taint then, I guess, if Columbus is the butthole?
The way they moved...
I don't know how the state looks. It looks like a big-ass Hershey Kiss that came out of someone's butt. That's the shape of fucking...
Was that the team they moved out of the city like in the middle of the night?
The Browns.
The Browns.
No, that was
in the middle of the night, Baltimore moved.
The
Colts moved from Baltimore to Indianapolis, but Cleveland moved from Cleveland to Baltimore, and like 2 years later won the Super Bowl in Baltimore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm confusing it with.
It's hilarious.
And
that
was the Ray Lewis one, wasn't it?
It was like 2000.
It was only a couple years.
That was
they
2000.
They won in 2000.
94, 95, I believe.
Oh, was it that early? They won the Super Bowl in 2000.
We're not going to fact check. He says they're bullshit stories.
So that was the year that Ray Lewis didn't.
I got to get you on something because you always kill me if I fuck up. You're like, no, actually, let's be real.
That's fine.
Let's be fair.
That's good. It's all right to call me on that.
All right, cool.
I was going to say that was the year that Ray Lewis didn't murder someone, right?
The year before was the...
I don't think he actually did murder.
No. He was just a witness, and he knows who did, and it's obstruction.
Blood on him.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that got murdered, and I have their blood on my clothes. I had nothing to do with it.
He didn't beat the guy. He was just holding the dude while he got beat.
No, he was in a limo with the motherfucker.
In his defense...
he does play very good. He's very fast.
The other guy started it, from what I heard. No, he was in the limo with the guy. I thought they
Isn't that where it happened in the limo?
No, I think
it was a hotel room.
I think
or something.
there was some.
I didn't know. I don't know the facts of the story.
Anyways,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact is, he murdered somebody.
It was just a joke about him. Yeah, him murdering somebody.
But look,
people. A lot of people actually think
he deserved to get off. He was the
someone.
best linebacker in the league that year, man. He deserved to
from
get
the
off.
Totally.
I mean, come on.
And someone killed his roommate in college, man.
Really? What happened?
Someone fucking came in and shot him, didn't they?
Oh, well, that's
You asking Greg?
Yeah, you're from Miami.
Was it Greg? Greg, did you do it? Did you do it, Greg?
Wasn't it? What's his name?
Let me look at my black.
I was gonna say you're not black enough for that, Greg.
Let me look at my Black History app.
What's that? Facebook?
Hold on. Let me put. What's up with? What's his name again? Ray Lewis's roommate.
Yeah.
Oh, first thing.
The last 5 roommates of Ray Lewis's
got
died.
Black on black violence.
They're all dead.
It's Black College Lives Matter.
No, they don't.
They matter enough to get scholarships, just not to get paid.
What do you mean? In college?
Yeah.
Well, no one gets paid.
Well, I was just.
It was a joke.
That proves that Greg doesn't.
You see
know
this?
sports.
He's instantly like, "Well, the
He
white people don't
doesn't-
get
That's what I was
paid.
gonna say.
Don't get paid either."
I didn't say white people.
Shit.
Don't you dare insinuate that white people have an advantage.
He's
over
always
black
trying to
people.
sneak his Black Lives Matter shit. Like it's innuendo too. Black Lives Matter, man. I agree. They do. Be like, no. The only reason why you didn't just say yes is because deep down you know you're racist.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that.
I was going to say, don't start in with the all lives matter because all lives do not matter. Okay?
I know.
They
That's
do
true.
not.
No one gives a fuck about Eskimos.
Yeah.
Or if you live in some island somewhere or in Asia somewhere, no one probably cares about you.
Well, there's a lot of those motherfuckers, man. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like
they're every fucking. Wow.
It's like 1 billion people. You know, it's like after
On a fucking on
there's
like
just too many people to care
on the
about.
smallest island ever.
Well, that's what you get like a lot of crazy stories coming out of like China and India, and then you realize there's 1 billion fucking people there. The fact that they have it like held down at all is a fucking miracle.
I think that's why they keep getting fucking tsunamis and shit.
Is because
God's up there when he's not shitting and pooping.
And they're
on Cleveland.
Right.
He's like, well, there's a lot of you motherfuckers. Wham!
He's giving a reach around.
They had that. Well, what about Mexico? Because Mexico's full of Christians, and they just had that hurricane that broke the fucking records. They were like,
but did it really do much damage? It died off real quick.
No, but it was on.
Dude, I guarantee New Mexico and Texas have never been fucking more populated. Man, we float over, man. We just float over.
The problem is the fact that
we were cheating.
They walked over.
No, man, it's flooded.
Oh, it is?
We were cheating, and then the house was pushed. Somehow I am New Mexico. That's the worst. Whatever.
That was
Mexican
terrible. You should have just done your black accent. That would have been more believable.
Man, we ended up in motherfucking New Mexico, man.
That's actually funnier.
It's a lot funnier.
I missed the first 48, bitch. What?
Are there black Mexicans?
I don't know.
I was going to say, just let that sink in a second.
Sure
I was asking Greg. He's the
I'm sure in
specialist.
every country there's like.
Of course there is.
The people that.
Are you asking me if there's black Mexicans?
That was a joke.
Is there really?
Yeah, there's totally black. There's
black
people
everything.
Everywhere.
That's what I said. There's black everything.
Yeah, you just when you think Mexican, you're like, oh, I think of these people. There's black people all over the Central America, South
They've
America.
infested everywhere.
Nicaragua's got more black people than it does white people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and fucking Brazil, George Bush went there and he was like, do you guys have any black people? We're like, actually, yeah, there's more black people here than there is in the United States.
Those are the people that live in the rainforest, all right?
No. Those are the people. Those are the fucking the Indians, or not the Indians, the natives, the indigenous people. But the black people there, no, those are the people that brought over on the boats, the leftovers.
Yeah, sorry, buddy, we're out of room.
Yeah, and they got them all in the favelas.
Not good enough to be a slave.
You never know about it because the basically there's super duper racism, like, and so there's it's kind of like Dominican Republic where you're like, that guy looks really black. They're black.
I saw a video of them getting the shit kicked out of them.
That's why they look black because they
are
black.
Yes. It's not a tan.
Yeah, there's tons of black people all throughout Central and South America, but you don't see them represented in a way that makes sense because you're like, oh, well, of course, it's all Spanish people.
It would seem it would. Just trying to picture a black guy talking with a Mexican accent, though.
Right.
That seems like that would be
as soon as a black guy speaks,
Yeah.
as soon as a black guy speaks Spanish, he's Spanish. That's why you got Dominican Republic.
Sure.
But when you're in those countries, they're black.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're El Negro.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And that's what's weird about it. You talk about civil rights and all these other things. And the Dominican Republic, they had like 200,000 fucking Haitians there.
I saw that.
Yeah,
kicking the shit out of them, breaking up their shit.
Well, so they had been there since they did this thing where they retroactively removed all citizenship from these people from like 1929, and they're talking about like the poorest of the poor people with no fucking you got your papers or anything like that. So people that have lived in Dominican Republic their entire lives, all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're not from here, and then Haiti's like, I don't fucking we don't know these people. We're like, for all we know, you're just trying to get rid of all your black people, or your extra, your extra black people. Yeah,
no. You crazy.
Yeah, so it's funny because it's just like when you talk about racism in America, if you look at some of these like Hispanic countries, holy shit,
they're very racist.
It's not even an issue because they're like, oh well, the racism level is so far up here that even we do crazy things.
Well, there's a reason why I would think that black people stay in America is because we're racist, but less racist than other.
Well, it's like when people try to talk about Russia and how because the whole thing now, like where the restart of the Cold War and everything, people were like, oh, like Russia's, it's not that bad. I have a friend who's moving over there, and at one point he was trying to be
moving to Russia.
Oh, no, he moved to Ukraine to be with his girlfriend.
Yeah, they'll be very.
What is she, a mail order bride?
If you call them the same, they're not the same place.
No, yeah, right. But he was like, we would argue about the Russians and stuff, and he was trying to paint them as some kind of like, oh well, they're playing it cool and everything. I'm like, no. I was like, no. I was like, you literally can't go there if you're black. I'm like, do you not know this? It was like, I don't want anything to do with that fucking because you're trying to say like, well, over here it's really bad because you get like every week you get like the people like getting beat up or something like that. Black people get shot. Like, and so
they're alive though.
Not only that, they actually talk about it. In Russia, it happens. They're just fucking sweep that shit under the rug. Like it doesn't even make the nightly news. So it's one of those things where I'm like, dude, it's not the same. Like when people were like, oh, America's super super duper racist. That's one thing where I'm like, well, it is, but not in comparison to a lot of these other places.
Sure. Well, I feel like a lot of people, a lot of Americans take pride in the fact that they don't go to other countries and don't want to go to other countries, and it's like
if
they don't know a whole lot.
You don't want to leave.
What? I want to leave America. I'm not saying move, but I want to go all over. I want to visit everywhere and see all over.
I think people get.
I thought you meant like for leave for good.
Oh.
No, I think
you're kind of trapped in America, though.
Well, that's one of those things about the immigrants.
I'm not going nowhere. They can cut my motherfucking head off.
It confuses me. It was like, they're like, they're sending us all their rapists. But it's like, no, actually, if you think about it, who are the fucking people that leave this country? It's definitely not the rapists. Right. It's the fucking people who have their shit together.
Right.
As far as, I think the people with some kind of aspirations.
Sure,
exactly. I mean, like, I want to. The only people
like
I know.
That time when I tried to move to Amsterdam, man, I totally was going to smoke a whole shitload of weed and do a bunch of drugs. I was totally. Set up to succeed.
What were your rape plans?
Rape? Well, if I couldn't have sex with any of the women, that's why I went to Amsterdam, is because I wouldn't have to rape the women because prostitution is legal.
I was thinking you were technically an immigrant, so you obviously had some rapist plans going in there.
No, well, like I said, you just had to pay for it. That's all.
Oh,
that's a beautiful thing.
Did you ever pay for sex in Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam?
Damn, why are you going to put the man out like that?
Oh, okay. I guess.
Were you a total loser in Amsterdam?
It's not considered. It's like Disneyland in Amsterdam.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody walks around, huge smiles on their faces.
I think adults with no kids that go to Disneyland.
Kids walk around. No, kids walk around, smiles on their faces. There's just the girls in the windows and stuff like that. It's fantastic.
Oh, man.
You know what? I'm judging. I've never been. I'm not really judging.
You're judging, but fuck you. I don't give a shit.
I was actually. I don't know. I didn't know if you.
So you don't think prostitution should be legal?
It's not my business.
Oh, you can buy everything in America.
I think. I don't see what the big deal is. It seems like fucking. People are going to do it anyway.
Right.
If you're worried about diseases and shit, wouldn't that kind of help the problem out? I mean,
talk about Amsterdam.
If they you can't just tell us to leave and then get up and take a leak.
He didn't tell us to leave.
I mean, get up and leave and tell us what to do. I said it backwards. Man.
That's all right.
Stupid. I was trying to read this article, trying to find more shit.
Oh, well, he wants me to talk about Amsterdam.
Talk about Amsterdam again.
The funny I don't know. I don't even know where to begin.
Actually,
there's a lot of Muslim people in Amsterdam. You'd be surprised.
Midgets too, right?
I didn't see a whole lot of midgets.
That's one thing someone told me.
But tons of Muslim people. We were trying to stay there. And
for how long?
Permanently. We were trying to get
jobs there.
Well, we had plans. You're allowed to stay there for 3 months legally before you have to either get a job and a visa or something.
What
about
all your stuff? You were just gonna leave everything here?
I don't own anything. I don't own anything till now. I don't keep possessions and shit like that.
You had to have something.
And clothes.
TV and shit.
No, I bought my first TV 2 years ago.
Well, now you just leave your TV?
I would, yeah. I paid $200 for it. I don't spend money on like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
all right,
that's just I that's why it's perfect for someone like me.
I'd be scared to just leave the country. I don't know.
No,
why.
Man, I was thrilled.
Man, that's where all fucking horror movies take place.
Yeah, the hostel movies. And
I didn't stay in a hostel. We had an apartment.
It doesn't matter, man. They're fucking not even monsters, man.
Like one
They're cutting your fucking hands and shit off for fun.
Not in Amsterdam. What you don't know shit
that's
about.
That's what the movie starts in.
Yeah.
It's a fucking movie. You guys don't know shit.
Well, they came up with the idea somewhere.
But he's making it sound like fucking ISIS in Amsterdam.
ISIS?
Like that.
These motherfuckers are worse. They're sport killing you.
Yeah.
They're paying money and chopping your dick off.
At least there's some kind of like idea behind. Just
you saw that in some.
It's not
in
chopping people.
Some fucking horror movie.
It's not like chopping people up.
And then there's Turistas. There's a bunch of fucking horror movies that take place.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a paranoid American guy who's never been anywhere else in the world.
You know, I also sound like a motherfucker whose head is attached to his neck.
So am I.
And no one paid $50 to gut the fat American. Because I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I ain't going. You know what? That all monsters came from Europe. Dracula.
Your parents.
I don't know if he's in Europe. Is that Europe? Romania is
Transylvania.
Yeah. Your ancestors, I know all of them.
You know all of them?
No, I'm saying you're saying all the bad people came from Europe.
Probably.
And I'm saying, your ancestors.
Probably. But listen, all monsters came from Europe originally.
The White Devil, Quintuocha.
Yeah.
No, they have the
jinn.
They have the jinn, which is like a genie that's...
Where's that from? Middle East?
Middle East, yeah.
Man, no one gives a fuck about that bitch. I never heard everyone, hey, there's a genie. Man, fuck that genie, man. Aladdin was cool as a motherfucker, man.
Ignorant.
Me?
Yes.
Why? So
Why?
now you get me scared now.
You just tried to tell me that there wasn't any other monsters. I was just trying to illuminate you on the fact that
I don't give a fuck about no monster I never heard of.
That seems like the exact one you should be worried about.
Yeah,
one you don't know about.
That's like the hostile.
I don't
monster.
fuck with magic lamps.
Magic lamps. Why not? You get your fucking witches.
Witches. I don't fuck with that shit neither.
Witches.
Get
your wishes.
I don't know, man. The big ones are from there, man. Frankenstein.
Yeah. That's Mary.
Oh my god. He's from England.
That's a Mary Shelley.
Oh my god.
So what? He's a fucking monster, man.
Yeah, but it's not like.
So he's not a monster because someone wrote a book about the dickhead?
Well, I can give you an American monster, Donald Trump.
Oh. Well, actually, now that we're talking about Frankenstein, I am convinced that
this is the Halloween edition, by the way.
Ben Carson is Black Frankenstein.
Who created him?
Hear me out.
Who created him?
Republicans. Sometime back in like the 50s, they were like, okay, we like black people. Not really.
No, we don't.
But we're trying to create a black person that we can tolerate.
A model black person.
So he is the ultimate black person, like the RoboCop of black people, huh? I like your Frankenstein reference, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
That was pretty good.
But he is.
Couldn't top it.
But he is like.
You gave him the idea, though.
It would. But the RoboCop is more like you were, like a go-getter. You were doing the right thing, and then you got shot up and your hand blown off by the dad from that 70s show, and then you're like, oh, okay, so that is,
You know what probably happened? He was in basketball practice, and he didn't make
basketball practice,
and he didn't.
I would let that go.
He didn't make the team,
right?
And he kept trying out, and every year
Dude,
they took him into
I know
a room.
all
They're
about
like,
that feeling.
You don't care just because you're black?
You want to make the team? Yeah, coach, I'll do anything.
It was like, you want to make the team or you want to be the owner?
Yeah. You'll do anything? He's like, come in here. We're going to do some experiments on you. And they did experiments on him. And he's like,
I mean, have you ever seen the guy talk?
Captain African American.
I would say I would give him the benefit of the doubt if I had never seen him talk.
I don't know who the fuck he is.
But I've seen him talk before, and it seems like it's one of those things. I actually like to call it I feel like I have the same ability. It's the Ben Carson method, and it's where you just keep talking and talking, and even though you're not making any real sense, like
we do it once a week.
As long as you keep talking and make it sound like it and do enough gestures and just sound passionate enough about what you're saying, then even if you're not making any fucking sense, it still is somewhat appealing.
Oh, that's a football speech.
I was going to say, I have to tell you, like, you guys were talking for a while, and I totally forgot who the fuck we were talking about. I'm sitting there looking at you guys, listening to you go
Samuel
on.
L. Jackson.
I go on and on and on, and then until finally it came back around, and like you're saying, just the exact process you're explaining. And then I was like, oh, yeah, they're talking about Ben Carson.
Right.
Oh, shit, I thought we were talking about.
You just fucking filibuster your way through, and you just keep on saying, you're like, you know what, I hate Muslims.
Yeah.
But you don't say it right off the bat. You put it in with a bunch of other stuff, like America's great, and if we just go back to the part where there was less Muslims, then maybe we would be greater again.
That's a true statement.
Have you ever noticed when they say "Make America Great"? It's always like old white people talking about great, like going back to the times when white people dominated.
Well, I have a joke about this too, where it's like,
but you don't tell jokes.
My version of Back to the Future, it has nothing to do with going back, because it's only the future. Yeah. It's future to the future.
They never. That's the one thing. Like, did they ever make in those how they make like blacksploitation films and stuff? Did they ever make
no
that?
Time
I was gonna say there's no time traveling black guy.
Yeah, he traveled.
That's true. The time haters were the only people that ever went back in time.
Yeah. He traveled back to 1820, and no one ever saw him again.
That's the one example in Chappelle when they did that. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Reach for the sky.
Yeah, you're done for. I'm not going back.
What was his name? Beautiful hauled ass. I can't be no slave, Jack.
No.
He was spraying himself.
No. Fucking. Yeah, you would have to be the time haters. That would be the only way.
That's fantastic.
You'd have to just go back. Because if you think about it, it's like everyone, if you're a woman, anything else besides a white male.
That's what I'm saying,
And you go back.
Wait, all the people not even all white males, just a certain select white males.
Even then, yeah, because you wouldn't even be able to go back.
No
and
shit.
Definitely not you.
I'm not going back to the coal mines. Are you kidding me?
Translucent Irish guy.
Wait a second. If Jesse went back to the coal mines and then went out, is he in blackface?
Oh, that's a good question.
You get fucking beat up like, no, man.
I'd even be black on the inside. That's the thing.
Well, actually, the good thing about it is back then, blackface was in fashion. So
yes.
Yeah.
I'd have been cool.
Yeah. So that's what I would do if I was you. If you went back in time and you realized you're like at the point where everyone hated the Irish, I would be
bring back blackface.
Like, dude, I would be take your comedy show straight to fucking because they don't want to say an Irish guy. Yeah. So you just fucking
be like, that's Jesse. don't say nothing, but he's not really a Negro.
Well, they knew that. They actually wouldn't let the black people perform.
Yeah. You had to look. You had to look so cartoonishly black.
That's why they had the blackface, because they were like, well, we want black people to act all funny in here, but we don't want black people.
Yeah,
in
we don't want actually being crazy and doing the crazy black
like
stuff.
Back to the Future. It was more like back to walking in through the back entrance.
Back to the
back
good
to
old
using
days.
a different.
Damn,
water
I'm
fountain.
thirsty. Not here, Gregory.
Back to shitting in a totally separate bathroom.
If you went to Doc Brown's house, you'd be like, "No, Greg, not in my house."
Why did they want to go back to the 50s so much? Why? They racist motherfuckers.
The 50s,
Doc Brown.
The 50s is white people heaven.
Oh my God,
that's
the
why.
perfect time.
Dude, but what about fucking the band? I forget the guy's name.
Oh,
It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it.
I know you're saying like Johnny B. Good or
Yeah.
Chuck Berry?
No, that was his cousin.
Marvin Berry.
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, oh,
But
listen
what
to
was
this,
the name
man.
of the band? The band had a name like Marvin Berry and the Two
I don't
Tones.
remember. I don't remember. Chuck Berry's awesome though.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's a Back to the Future story, and
I'm
I'm not fucking going.
But no, they seem very like upon looking at it like that. Why white people always trying to travel back in the past?
Well,
But it's
that's
always
like,
English people, though. It's more English than American, I think.
like waspy type people.
Most movies that go back in
Oh, no.
time,
Okay,
it's
sure,
always fucking English.
Right.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Get back to you.
What besides back? what's going back into? Oh, it's
The
always
time
like,
machine.
Why
That
don't
guy
you
was
ever
British.
fight Greg?
Greg's
You're just
Greg,
like, okay, yeah.
because me and Jesse.
because Greg talks
pretty
about
much-
shit that I don't like. He doesn't get wrong. Shit that.
Yeah, we
We don't know if he gets it wrong.
Well, I was gonna say the shit he's wrong about. I don't know enough about to argue with.
Yeah,
You know?
that's why I'm threatening.
Oh no, now
We're a
he's
couple
like,
of dumbasses who like
I'm
the same
never
stuff.
wrong. It's
So-
inconceivable
So
that
that's
you
what
think
he's
I'm
trying
wrong.
to say. He's saying I'm threatening.
He's
Time
black.
Bandits.
He feels
Time Bandits.
They
I've
were-
never seen that.
Never
one.
seen Time Bandits?
Never
I think
seen
one of
it.
the greatest time story travel.
That's the one with Terry Gilliam and the dwarfs and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one other movie that I confused with it, with like the robots and like space pirates or something like that.
Was that
But-
Buck Rogers?
No, it's a totally different one. I can't remember the name. I thought it was Time Bandits. Then I watched Time Bandits. Like I never.
Time Bandits is an awesome.
I never
movie,
seen
man.
this shit before. I can't make it through it. It's fucking terrible.
You think Time Bandits is terrible?
It's terrible if you've never watched. If you didn't watch it when you were a kid.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
I actually don't watch it
right
anymore,
right,
but
no,
I watch it and I'm
the
like, man, there's a fuckload
honestly,
of midgets in that
there's
movie. They're everywhere, man.
couldn't they just do CG?
Yeah.
like they did with the Willy Wonka show. But there's a cutoff line somewhere around 1985 with the movies on Netflix, and I just can't watch anything before then. Like it's so painful.
Well, that's why I don't have Netflix,
Right?
because I've already seen The Breakfast Club many times. It's probably not even on there. No.
Oh, it probably is.
Uncle Buck's probably not on there.
It was at one point.
You have to watch fucking The Great Outdoors, which is good.
Oh,
but it's
that was
Great
on there,
Outdoors
too. Dude, I love
is,
that fucking
Lips
movie.
and Assholes.
The one, it's I don't know why I just mentioned it, so it's the one thing that The Great Outdoors always makes me think of. Like, you know, my family, we never, you know what I mean, had like family moments together or anything like that. But there's a one moment when we were watching The Great Outdoors as a family where I remember when the bear's ass gets shot off.
Yeah.
My entire family busted out laughing so
Yeah.
fucking hard for like 20 minutes. It's like the one ever like family experience we
it's
have
the-
as a thing
it's
is
the-
to watch the hair get blown off a bear's ass.
I watched that. I remember watching that movie in a movie theater that's no longer there.
Oh really?
It was 30 years ago.
I
I
saw.
saw a dollar movie theater in the Publix.
I
that's
probably
not
saw
there.
it. I think I saw that in the movie.
You know what I'm
theater,
talking
too.
about? There used to be the Publix. It's not a Publix anymore.
Oh, that one over down the street.
yeah, right across from the high school.
Oh no, I don't know. what
Yeah,
you're talking
I know. You're talking about the one way downtown.
about. No, I'm not talking about anything. I was fucking with you.
Well, fuck off.
It was a great movie.
And
though.
I saw, dude. Here's some memories. I saw Back to the Future at the fucking Cinema Draft House.
Oh,
No one knows what that
one
is.
place up.
He does.
Up by I don't know.
10th and it was on 10th and Congress.
I don't know what this shit
No,
is.
it's
Like
okay.
he's telling me about.
It
Like,
was like one of the. It was like where you could
I
go
don't
in.
live in Lake Worth.
Dude, it was fucking actually in
Wellington,
Palm Springs.
right?
It's
Or-
in Palm Springs.
Lighthouse
Uh,
Point. Where do you live?
Huh?
Lighthouse
Yeah,
Point.
where do all the honkies live?
Yeah. Where all the rich white people live?
Central West Palm. Actually, I live close
You
to
live in, yeah,
Raw
you-
Vera.
Yeah.
I never heard of
And
that
I
before.
tell people I'm like I live
You-
right near 45th Street.
You
And they're like,
gravitate to it.
Yeah, I'm not going to your house, guy.
Oh yeah, that happens when I tell people, "Oh, I live off of MLK," and they're like,
Not
yeah.
good. Yeah.
it's
I'm like, "No, I'm on the dividing line. I'm on the other side."
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's 31st Avenue over there."
yeah. It's Martina Latin Kings.
Yeah. Not going anyway. So
Exactly. That's normally the reaction I get.
I'll meet up
That's
with
a
you.
little too close to the black folks. From
I'll
here.
meet up with you next time.
Why do we meet at my house?
That's a good thing to get girls to spend the night. Listen, it's dark. It's Martin Luther King Boulevard.
I'm not even going to walk you to your car. I don't feel safe.
Who knows what can happen?
Right? How many times does that put like the kibosh on your night? Like, oh well, yeah, just take a left on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Yeah. No, I always say 31st Ave. I always say, 31st. Oh, yeah, I always say 31st Ave. But if people know, some people are like, wait, isn't that MLK?
Wait,
they know, they're like, wait a second.
Like, yeah,
what are you trying to do? Set me up, man?
I guess they called it that one time.
This neighborhood gets a totally bad rap. Historically.
Don't worry about all the bums hanging out at the gas station. Don't worry about
neighborhood. It's a rising neighborhood. But that, I mean, Anton down the street just got a job, so that's one less person below the poverty level.
It's very mixed.
But he's actually working at Walmart, so he's right at the poverty level. Sorry.
Now he'll have to steal his fucking, what's that cheap cereal they have?
Oh, what is that stuff? I don't know. All I know is the
Multi-meal.
Oh, multi-meal. That's hilarious.
That shit comes in. Dude, I had the
all I know is the
shredded strawberry wheat.
yeah.
Dude.
How was it?
It was fucking good.
That's one of those things where you're like, this is different from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Shredded wheat hurt my teeth.
You ever get so used to eating like the cheap stuff and then like, because we always eat the dirt cheap stuff and then like you go to actually have like shredded meat and it's like, wow, this is incredible. Like this is such a difference. You never had the poor shit, you bastard.
Yeah, no, Greg only had the grade A cereal.
Yeah. And to answer your question, did you
ate your cereal out of a box?
Did you ever eat the poor shit? No, not until I got to college. And I was like, this stuff tastes terrible.
I grew up on Rice Krispies and Cookie Crisp and Boo Berry.
This stuff tastes like
seasonal.
Not, what is it? Strawberry and sadness.
Yeah.
What is this? Artificial flavor? What is this shit?
Yeah. The milk tastes like fucking cough syrup afterwards when you're done. Like, this shit's bitter.
Pepto-Bismol.
It tastes like, yeah. Give it to mommy. That's what it says on the fucking, give to mommy to help her with her indigestion.
I would hide anything in my house that said give it to mommy. That's the last thing my dad needed to see. She was getting it plenty as it was.
What?
I don't know what that means.
It was a sexual joke. She has 9 kids.
Oh,
never mind.
Oh, dude, you're almost a Duggar. I never knew you had 9 brothers and sisters.
You knew I have 8 brothers. I have 8 brothers and sisters.
I never knew you had 8 brothers and sisters.
You've seen me perform. How many times I talk about it all the time?
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
I never specifically heard you say 9 brothers and sisters.
I've never watched your act before.
Oh, man.
I know this part. No, there aren't. I know that. I know the readings joke.
Oh, come on. That's the same joke. Anyway, stop telling my act on the air. Anyways.
Oh, my bad. Well, I'm proving that I know your set.
All right, so
but yeah, no, I have 8 brothers and sisters.
I don't know if you know about this, but there's another like Duggar type family where there's like 19 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Thompsons.
Shocking. You know the name of them?
Yeah, the Thompsons.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shocking. There was another sexual misconduct cover up in that family.
Oh, brother and sister trying to fuck?
Yeah. Well,
I think it was brother probably trying to fuck sister.
Who the fuck knows? I probably should have read it.
Stop it, Ronnie.
But it was like, it's almost like as if you get 20 fucking children.
Yeah. One of them's going to be like, look, Charlotte.
Well, you're playing your odds, you know what I mean? Like, I have 8 brothers and sisters.
Well, they're not allowed to hang
and none
out
of them
with
have come out
other
as
people,
gay yet, so I'm like, it's going to happen sooner. One of them, there's 9 of us. One of you motherfuckers is gay.
You think so?
Well, you know what they say about
odds.
That. Like the more boys you have, the better chance that the one of them will be gay. Like as you go down the
4
line.
of us.
Yeah. So
really, why?
I think it's somewhere around 5 because I know people who have 5.
Why? Because
5 boys and the 5th one is gay.
That explains all those abortions.
But because it's a genetic thing. Because if the like it's a genetic like switch off. So you have so many people with these genes and you keep on coming out boys. Then essentially like after a while something switches on where it's like, well, this one's got to be gay because
dude.
Yeah.
Like what if you're mentally handicapped and gay?
Double retarded?
No, just like like say you have Down syndrome.
Isn't it the same thing? I thought it was like a psychological.
Say you have Down syndrome.
I'm a horrible person.
I was waiting for you guys to at least give me a fake laugh or something. I was like, no, don't make me sound like a total asshole.
Oh, it's too late for that, dude. But no, seriously.
What did you say again?
Oh, I said it's like double retarded. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, you basically said what I said.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that went over my head. I kind of.
See, I didn't say that because
it's fucked up.
I ain't getting in the middle of that
whatever.
bullshit.
Just get dark.
We got one fan. We don't want to upset him.
Is he gay?
I don't
gay
know.
and retarded, you asshole.
Yeah. No wonder he's our fan.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
Holy shit! Wow, that was the best.
I would like to apologize to our one fan out there.
I'll be honest. You said something earlier. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but you were like, I actually listened to last week's podcast.
Yeah.
And I listened to probably about 20 minutes.
I listened to the whole thing.
The last one, and we talk about the drink, the orange drink.
Yeah.
I'm fucking still shocked that you never had orange drink growing up.
No, I had orange drink
Not
growing
from
up.
McDonald's, dude.
Let's get a callback.
Yeah, no,
No,
not
no,
from
no,
McDonald's.
You didn't believe McDonald's even served it.
Yeah,
I still don't.
That's
I still don't.
crazy.
Dude, we showed you. Rubble. What else could we take?
Do you understand how crazy it is? It would be like if you've never been into a McDonald's before.
Are you kidding me?
That's the
when
only.
they had. Listen, growing up, Wednesdays and Sundays when they used to have 29-cent cheeseburgers, they would put us in a line because you could only order 10 hamburgers. They would send in my brother. Oh, we need 10 hamburgers, please. $3. Then my sister would go up. Oh, we need 10 hamburgers, please. And that's what we would eat for like several days. You know what I mean?
What?
Oh yes.
Shit, there would be nothing left in my house.
Oh my
Well,
We
we'd
go
buy
up
like
there and go,
40 of them.
Let me get 677 of these burgers.
We got to get 10 at a time.
I'm
That's what it
7
is.
people.
We could only buy 8. You know what I mean? We can only buy 80 burgers at a time.
I would just send another motherfucker back in. Yo, get up, Paul. In there. Get some more. Bitch, I don't give a
call
fuck.
ahead and say, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to be coming in and buying all these burgers. Instead of giving us a hassle, we're going to buy 200. Just have them ready when we
We're
come
going to keep on coming, lady. We're the Thompsons.
That's right. They're working on a few more in the car right now. You know what I mean?
I'm coming in as soon as I'm done frying this bacon.
That's right.
You gotta-
Well, I've told you my 29-cent cheeseburger store or 39-cent cheeseburger
I'm not
store.
sure.
So I go in there one time, and I don't like cheeseburgers, but it's 39-cent cheeseburger.
Yeah, how can you
day.
pass it up?
And I'm like, look, I was like, okay. So I look at the lady, and I'm like, give me a hamburger, or was it like, give me a cheeseburger and hold the cheese or whatever, you know, like, and then she's like, oh, okay.
She charge you full price?
No. She's like, oh, okay. So she goes back, and they're kind of like, you know, and they're like, and she looks at me, and she's like, oh, I can't do that. And I'm like, so what I'm saying here
Just
is,
give me a fucking hamburger.
I'm like, okay, so make the hamburger, and then at the point in which you're gonna put the cheese on, just stop.
Yeah.
Put the other bun on.
I'm like, just stop. Don't do anything at that point. Yeah, exactly. Grab the other bun and just put it on there. You can get, you can give me the cheese on the side if you want, even. Yeah, like I just don't want the cheese on top of the burger. And she's like, no, I can't do that. We have to put it like on the burger or whatever.
Because they got them pre-made.
And I remember I was in Royal Palm, and you know where it is. So
I
if you don't know, it's a more like it's like the rural part
Sucks.
near Wellington. So like when you're out in Wellington in the boonies with all the rich people, there was another poorer part, and that was like the fucking Royal Palm essentially. So
Sounds rich.
yeah,
Sucked.
yeah. Well, any place they call like rich places, or like it's definitely not a rich place. Like this guy was behind me, and he was like of a typical Royal Palm affluence, and he was like, "That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like,
He's like, and then he looked at you and said, "Why the hell don't you want cheese on your burger, boy?
No. He was with me. He was.
It's normally 40 cents."
He was in my camp. He was like, "I know you're black, but I still think you have a valid point."
Despite all that black thinking, I still think you're making a point here.
Do me a favor. I'm going to spend the extra 22 cents for each burger for this boy. He will get hamburgers and not cheeseburgers without cheese.
I'm not a huge fan of equal rights, but I do believe that people who like hamburgers and cheeseburgers should be treated
And you better
equally.
make sure his drink don't come out the same fountain mine does.
Don't be pouring that orange drink in my cup.
And
Yeah,
where's
what-
his seat gonna be?
What is
I don't see no back rooms.
Where's the colored
Yeah.
entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. You better watch out. This boy right here looks like the Hamburglar.
Oh man.
I think
I-
you ever eat some
yeah.
of those hamburgers though, like furs, like when we would stock them up? You ever eat them after like a day or so?
Dude,
What-
it's like eating a
It's
little
terrible.
fucking disc.
That's
after
what I'm
a day, after an hour.
That's what I'm
Jesus
saying, man.
Christ,
That's what
like,
we'd have.
if you don't
That
get
shit would have to hold us over.
Dude, but you can like they're really fucking. They don't,
They're
like
like
discs.
horrible.
You could dig a hole, throw them in it, and then 20 years later, be like, I'm fucking starving. It's time, and they're still good, man.
Just as
In
fresh
the
as they were.
Ziploc bag,
Yeah,
baby.
Fuck the Ziploc. You don't even need to do that.
Well, I mean, then other animals are gonna eat them.
I think they know better.
No, a dog will eat anything, even pork bones, which gives them the splinter shits.
How do you
And
know?
chicken
How
bones.
do you know this?
Dude, you never had dogs growing up?
We never took care of them. We never cared about the dogs. I had plenty of them.
Dogs are.
We would
Dogs-
have a dog until they gave us a problem. Then we'd take him to the pound and get another
Yeah,
one.
like, I don't know what happened to this boy. He just rolled up one day and then whatever. He tried to say he was one of us, but he ain't.
We used to go through dogs so quick. And growing up, for real, I'm not even joking. My parents would dump them, take them, pick one up, take one to the pound, drop them off to get killed, pick up another
Man,
one.
my family fucking was like all crazy about their dogs. My mom had a dog, which was my dog, but didn't like me for some reason. And it was her dog. The bitch lived like 17 years. My grandparents had a dog that lived 15 years. And then, they had another dog that lived like fucking 14 of the worst years ever, man, because this dog was terrible and everyone hated him and he wouldn't die.
Should have killed them.
No, we couldn't do that, man. As soon as he started whimpering,
Take him to the pound.
As soon as he started, no,
they'll take care of it.
He wasn't. I mean, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
As soon as he started whimpering, though, that bitch went straight to the vet. Well, time to go, Shotzi. He was like, no, I'm itchy.
I was. Oh my God, go ahead.
That's the whole story. It was the end of Shotzi. We didn't listen. No, you're not itchy. You're not itchy. It's your advanced age. It's probably your kidneys or something. It's gonna be a slow, painful death, buddy. I even ask? Can I inject him, please?
Yeah.
I want him to watch me as I do it.
I was unaware of how the pound worked when I was younger, but like seriously, we always had dogs. For real. One time, my parents didn't want to like go in and face the people and like actually like, oh yeah, we're
So
giving
they
the
made
dog.
you go in?
Oh yeah, they sent me in. I was probably like 10, 11 years old. They sent me in to drop off the dog, and I didn't know anything about it. So like, oh, do you have a donation to send for the dog? So and I was like, no, I didn't know what they're talking about. And they gave me the net. They looked at me like I was some fucking scumbag piece of shit. Like,
here's
you
this
know
dog,
what I mean?
go kill it.
So like my parents knew what was gonna happen, and they were just like, oh well,
you
go.
like- did you like
They'll
the dog?
look at
So
you
they-
like a piece of shit
Well,
rather
so
than
they were
looking at
giving
us.
you the looks they should have given your
Oh,
parents.
exactly.
Did
That's
you like
my
the dog?
parents' style.
Did you like?
I
the
don't even
dog?
remember which dog it was, to be honest with you.
Really?
Oh yeah, probably not.
You don't like dogs, do you?
I do. I like dogs. I like some dogs. They're just too needy for me to have personally. You know what I mean? Like they need way too much attention. That's why I like Watson, my cat.
Your cat. Whatever happened to the kittens? You never told me the story fully.
Oh well, I got rid of him.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's the best.
Heartless Jesse.
I got rid of him. I
abandoned
abandoned them.
One day I was thinking, I was like, man, I wonder if he's still got 16 cats.
No, I had
And then
to-
I
I had
remembered
to
you
end
said you didn't.
I had to end it.
Speaking of ending it, we've got an hour in.
All right. It's a mercy kill.
Wait, one more second.
Well, are we gonna?
We're officially at an hour,
Okay.
and that's the end of the show. And
We
Greg
should-
doesn't get.
We should call the black guy back so he can at least say goodbye.
This Greg, I'm out. Black Lives Matter. White people are terrible. Inconceivable.
I like how that's a combination between a black guy and the inconceivable guy. there was some middle ground there. I never realized it until now. Thank you.
No problem.
Alrighty. You got any shows coming up, Scott?
I do. I have a show this Thursday
All right. Where at?
somewhere in North Palm Beach. I don't know the exact name of the venue,
Oh man.
but it's going to be a blast.
Well, now it's too bad people can't join you since you didn't tell them the name of the place.
Well, then I will look it up. Go ahead and tell your. Go say it.
I will be doing. I'm sure the podcast will not be out in time, but I'll be doing Florida's Funniest tomorrow at West Palm Beach Improv. So come out and cheer me on, so maybe I can advance to the next round.
Was that somehow a dig on Greg
What?
Sure.
when you were like, "I'm sure the podcast won't be out"?
No, it was just factual. I would be surprised if it was up by tomorrow.
I'm starting to feel it.
Actual and factual.
Actual and factual. I
Castaways
was just
Bar and Grill.
Okay, Castaways Bar and Grill. I
Castaways
was saying it
Bar.
because black people are notoriously slow. And not slow, lazy. Procrastinators is the word I was looking
they
for.
procrastinate at
I beg to differ.
putting
Just-
things on. Like this guy, fucking, it takes so long to put this stuff on a website.
Yeah, to edit and upload that shit that I don't have any idea on how to do
And then
myself.
he gives a shit. He gives a shit though.
Yeah.
Like no. We try and give him ideas. No. And I'm like, why? Because it won't fucking work. All right, it just won't work. You don't understand even what you're talking about. He like tears me
He
down.
loves
I'm like,
to talk down to us.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Stupid
Like,
white
no,
people.
You don't fucking know what you're talking about. That's why it won't work, because you're dumb.
Well, the
When
best,
did he get that southern accent, though?
the best part about
That's
it
when
is
he gets mad.
every idea requires nothing but the only work it requires of you is to think of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, and
I'm
then
an idea guy.
And then
This
the rest
all he
of it
says
is
no,
is
no.
me fucking.
Hey,
Is
that's
no.
the whiteness. We come up with the ideas, and then the black guy does
told
the work. That's how it
listen,
goes.
I told you that I would learn. If you showed me how to edit, I would do it.
and then
And you're like, no. Just sounds like a lot of work. I don't want to do it.
All
No,
right.
no.
This is a good place to end.
Yeah.
All right, we're ending it.
End it with my racism,
Greg.
my racist rant in the last 3 minutes.
I forgive you. As Jesse's.
I was
black-
kidding everyone.
Arrivederci.
As Jesse's black friend, I forgive you.
Kind of black friend.
And that's it.
What kind of? Because I'm black?
Because you're very light skinned.
Oh shit! I get you.